Welcome to BeerDisciples. I'm Rob Quintana.
I'm Richard Callahan.
And this is Burton Baton. Whoop. There it is, Dogfish Head. That is our guest today. It is an oak-aged Imperial India Pale Ale, IPA. And as usual, I like what Dogfish does. I'm excited to see what they did.
I'm interested because it seems like oak-aged IPAs aren't very popular. It's like the concept is good.
I think they're hard to do, personally.
They probably are really hard to do.
When I had the oak-aged Unearthly, that was... It ruined it.
Oak-aged Unearthly,
you know.
You gave it a bad review. I haven't had it. I know the oak-aged Imperial IPA that Great Divide did is like a B- or something like that on BeerAdvocate. It's not very popular. I don't know how popular this one is. I don't know. You got the stats.
Yeah.
here.
Oh well, it's a 98 overall, so that's good. It means people like the beer. 91 for the style.
98.
So A- on BeerAdvocate. So, you know, my theory on oak age is that it smooths out the hop profile. So when it's kind of a contradiction. When you're going with an IPA, you're wanting those hops, and then when you smooth them out, it feels like an aged IPA, which generally isn't necessarily.
It can taste like an old IPA.
Good. Yeah, and so for me, you have to do the hops good enough that they have their still distinct profile. Maybe hit it with some vanilla notes, let that oak come in, and make something. At the end of the day, you got to make something. Now, I think that Dogfish has a good chance at doing that. You know, so I say we crack into
Let's
it.
get into
see
it.
What we got.
Now, this
is 10% ABV, so it's pretty high, higher than I would think.
Yeah.
But
I look forward to it.
I'll bring it on. You know, when you look at the things they do, 90-minute.
You got the bigger ABV. A lot of times, I think the bigger ABV can be what Sam Adams tries to do with the more carbonation. Is it can add the real body instead of that fake effervescent body.
Well, and typically, as you know from your home brewing experience, the ABV a lot of times is connected to the gravity. And the gravity can be connected to how much ingredients are in there, how many solids, dissolved solids are still...
Potential fermentable sugars,
exactly are in there. So when you see a high ABV, the first thing that comes to my mind is that they put enough ingredients in here. So that's a good start. So to me, I wasn't thinking it was going to be that high. I was thinking 7 or something like that. So let's get it in the glass and see what comes out.
Exactly. I like that color. Ooh, that's a rich...
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, stop.
That's a rich caramely orange color.
Nice. Yeah, that was good. Quick action. Well, much slower on yours, though, actually. You're getting the two-tone there, and you're getting a little bit more color at the bottom, a little bit of the haze. Is that, I don't know, was that bottle conditioned?
No, I don't think so.
No, look at the color difference, you know. I mean, that's two different beers almost. But is it the glass?
Could be. Could be. That's a really good looking beer.
It's a good looking beer. It's 2 to 3 dimensional, you know. And
I'm starting to get some of the sweetness from back here, man. That's a good sign.
My head dissipated quickly. Don't worry, it'll be back. Let's give it a nostril here.
Ooh, that's.
Of course, we start off nice.
That's impressive right there.
Of course. Wow, that's what I was saying. What did I say? I said
sweet.
If they do something with it.
Hey, it's sweet and citrusy. It's.
Yeah, what happens here when you get that high ABV, just like we were talking about, it means, you know, you look at what a good job they do on the 90-minute IPA.
Mine is cloudier than
You've got something in there. I'm really.
That's not condensation on my glass.
No, I'm going to be surprised if was this not bottle aged? It doesn't say. But you would think so, looking at yours and looking at mine.
Yeah.
So.
Nice one, yours. Mine has a little bit more depth to it than yours.
Well, yours has almost like it was bottle conditioned, like it was almost. You know, these are lighter but crisper notes. The citrus notes come through here. I'm getting a little bit more of the body in yours.
Man, this is a good smell.
But it smells great. It smells what you would want.
You know what? I'm going to say it. You're not going to like it. It smells a little bit like doggy claws, with that
Oh, yeah.
orange, that honey that they used. Remember that was a Mount Hood honey or whatever. Like there's like a sweetness to this one, like a sweet citrus.
When you can smell the thickness of the malt, you know you're starting off good.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. When you're gonna use the oak, you got to use it the right way. If you don't build a beer big enough to handle the oak, and I think if it has more malt body, if the gravity is higher, there's more in there than just hops. So just having a real hoppy beer, it'll just take the edge off of a thin-bodied beer, and you'll have a beer you don't care for. But if you build a big enough beer, I think the extra malt with kind of compresses the oak aging and makes it a little more subtle. And then when you hit it with the big hops, you keep a big beer that then it becomes an addition instead of something that changes the character.
Well, let's get into a taste.
Yeah?
Oh, it smells so good.
They've really done something here.
This is it.
I gotta tell you.
This is how to oak age an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
You get the subtle oak, the wood notes, the huge malt body, and the hops. They put in just enough hops to give you that like.
It's got to rise above.
IPA above the malt,
Yeah.
and then a little bit on the back. It's a well-built beer. Nice.
What excites me is number one, the smell. When it comes to my mouth, it does remind me a little bit of Doggy Claws, which I absolutely love. Probably my favorite beer I've ever had, maybe. So the fact that I can get that, Puppy Claws right here, get his little brother, when I'm still waiting for Doggy Claws to come out again. So the fact that I know I can go pick one of these up, and most people, what I love about this, people aren't going to necessarily think this is, I got to run out and get me this around here.
Right.
Which means I'm going to be able to get it more often, which I'm going to appreciate even more, because this is a delicious beer.
Try it with maybe a little bit of the bottle conditioning. See what you like. I remember you like the Doggy Claws that way too.
Mm-hmm. It gives it that toffiness.
It is a little bit different, but it's good both ways.
I don't know what that is, and I don't know if it's bottle conditioning. This is a little thicker in a way. It's a little more brought together in here. Here it's a little more separated, I feel like. I don't know one's better than the other.
It's well done in both glasses, I think.
I think that this is a... just that sweet malt body that just sits there,
and the
hops just bounce off the top at perfect
the nice thing
levels.
about this is it's got a refreshing factor that comes with it being an IPA. It's not so dense like a stout. Some stouts you just can't have all year round. However, I think you could have this any time of the year. You could have it in summer on a hot day. You could have it in the winter on a cold day.
This is good. Now I think that this might age well, maybe 3 to 4 months, 6 max. But I think it'd still be good because it's big. It's solid enough.
I have no idea how old this one is. This could be a year old for all I know.
I think that I think this is going to be a good one, and I'm probably going to pick up another one and introduce it for our Sukkot. So when we get our little there, so
that's a solid beer.
That is.
I'm going to give it an A. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I will say on this beer, A. I'm also with you on an A. It earned it. It's got everything. My final thoughts on this one is that you've got the wonderful malt body, which is usually not there in IPAs. It's just too easy to put a little more hops. But if you move the malt body up, you've got to put more hops to make it hoppy. And so I think from a
this has got to be an expensive
ease of use, I think that a lot of the IPAs are not quite enough malt body for me. But this has the malt body. It has the oak. It has the toffee notes. It has the great hop profile that goes with it. No question. For me, this is a solid A beer. This is a beer I can recommend.
Absolutely. A. All the way around. I mean, it's sweet. When you smell it, the smell is the taste that you get. It's sweet citrus, but not like grapefruit citrus like a lot of IPAs. This is specifically orange citrus. Like this is a sweet orange, almost orange flavored beer. if you will, but it's not in a bad way. It's
I almost, you know what I almost get
so
there?
good.
I almost get like hints of coconut note. I don't know if you get that. It reminds me of the coconut from Parabola.
Oh,
just
from the wood. There's a
something
slight
there. But when you mix it with the hops, it's not identifiable as coconut as much, but it's the same thing. It's like that.
I totally get that. There's a bridge. This is like the bridge between the bourbon barrel coconut and I can kind of.
Yeah, it's like take that and make an IPA.
It's like a
with
young coconut. It's not toasted coconut, but it's in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Really good beer. So you can check us out. Join the conversation. Facebook.com/BeerDisciples. Join the conversation. Beer is social. Let's talk about beer. You can also email us at thebeerdisciples@gmail.com, and if you've got suggestions, got beers you want us to try and review, let us know. We're also going to be doing our In the Fridge section pretty soon. You'll be looking out for those where we show you what's coming out. And until next time, just say cheers.
Cheers.